May I come in, sir?
Please come, please come.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon,
Mr.
sir.
Gurtej Singh,
Good afternoon, sir.
please sit down.
Thank you, sir.
What does it mean, Gurtej?
Sir, it's inspired from our ninth Guru, Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji. Means Guru Tegh means light. So good light.
Hemkund Sahib
Sir.
is, where is it?
Sir, it's in Uttarakhand.
Uttarakhand.
Yes, sir.
Did you go there?
No, sir, never.
In Kashmir, there are so many lakes in the sky.
Lakes in the sky. Yes,
Many
sir.
glacier lakes.
Yes, sir.
Can you cite some glacier lakes in Kashmir?
Glacial lakes in Kashmir. Sure, sir. Sir, there is one Tarsar Marsar lake in Pahalgam. One Gangbal lake.
Gangbal lake.
That is near Ganderbal area.
Okay.
Ganderbal district. And there are Pangong Lake in Leh. Not in Kashmir, in Leh.
Yeah.
Yes.
What are those fingers in Pangong Lake area?
Figures.
Fingers. There are so many fingers now.
So, no,
Fingers, you don't know the fingers?
No, sir. I have been there, but I don't recall seeing any.
Okay.
Sir.
It is discussed in the TV, the fourth finger, fifth finger, India-China skirmish. You never heard?
No, sir.
No?
No, sir. No.
What does your survey of India do?
Sir, it maps the position of India, basically.
So I was told that Pakistan shows Indian side of Kashmir in their territory. Indian survey of India shows some of the Pakistan territory, Chinese, Tibet or whatever.
Sir.
That is what general understanding. Do you agree with that? I mean,
Yes,
Pakistan shows
a certain part of
Indian occupied Kashmir as their territory.
Yes, sir.
India shows POK as our territory.
Yes, sir.
Do you think it is?
Sir, it is basically, it's not agreeable basically. Sir, a mutual consensus is required to map the boundaries of an area. And I believe that we don't have it with our neighbors as of now.
Why is LOC is different from line of actual control?
Line of actual control.
Line of
Yes, sir.
actual control. You are from Kashmir. That's
Yes,
why I am asking.
Sure, sir.
What questions?
Yes, sir. Sir, up to line of control, we have our military forces there.
Where is the line of control? Is in between which countries we talk about line of actual control and line of LOC and LAC?
Sir,
Line of actual control and line of control.
so line of control is in Poonch area between India and Pakistan. And line of actual control is between the whole domains of starting from north, ending up to eastern side of India.
Between?
India and China. India, China.
Why line of actual control is determined by military strategy?
No idea.
Okay. And now I will ask you civil engineering.
Sir.
Okay. I should not ask you so many questions. You have so many documentaries. Which documentary you saw one documentary which will help you as a good civil engineer.
Yes, sir.
Cite one documentary.
Sir. So basically I am watching civil engineering documentaries as of now only.
Okay.
To strengthen my civil engineering basics.
Okay.
The recent documentary I have heard about I saw basically is the flood control system of Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. And one Three Gorges Dam. It's a basic documentary that every civil engineer needs to see.
When Sojila tragedy, Sojila landslide, many times Sojila Pass in Kashmir,
Sir.
Creates problems.
Sir.
Such a disaster, how do we monitor, prevent and reduce human
Yes, sir.
tragedy?
So basically, when we talk about the geology of Zojila region, it consists of limestones. The topography there is known as karst topography. It has basically limestone dissolves in acids. So it contains cavities inside the whole rock formation that we have in Zojila. So to counter this, we are making two tunnels. One is Z-More tunnel and one is Zojila tunnel to cross the Zojila pass only. So
my last question to you.
Sir.
When you go to Ladakh
Sir.
from Kashmir to Leh,
Sir.
a a Gurudwara comes in towards Leh
Leh, yes, sir.
after Ramayuru.
Yes,
What
sir.
is that Gurudwara?
So Gurudwara Patthar Sahib.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Sir.
good. So, can you tell me what do you mean by limit a state? Limit a state क्या होता
The state of impending failure. मतलब failure होगा ही होगा.
है? Okay, can you elaborate? थोड़ा explain.
Sir, for example, if the strength of a structure is not able to bear the loads that is coming out of the structure, it will fail in strength criteria. So it will,
in case of RCC,
Sir.
we design the structure by limit state method.
sir,
So here, what do you mean by limit state? When you will call that this limit state condition have achieved?
sir, when the strength of our RCC members will be subsidized by the forces coming onto it.
So whether it is at working condition?
No, sir,
or
at impending failure, at the end point of the.
at the end.
Yes.
point. Okay. What do you mean by limit state of serviceability?
So yes, sir. It talks about the working conditions only. It consists of deflection, cracking, vibrations.
So when we will call that limit state of serviceability, suppose in deflection have been achieved.
Yes, sir. So when the certain amount of deflection is achieved in a structure, it is based on working condition only. Suppose we construct a building, the life of a building is suppose 50 years. We estimate the 50 years by using limit state. That at the end of 50 years, it won't be able to suffice all the strength criteria. But the deflection can be achieved prior to that also, in
Very
working
good.
stages also.
Very well. So how to control this? Suppose we are talking about deflection. How to control this? We don't want that limit state condition is achieved even during that design lifespan time. So how to control this?
So we can control it by designing our structures pertaining to deflection criteria only. L by D values, we must cater to those values. We must rely on our IS456 to design our structures.
What are those provisions? Just explain.
Sir, the length by depth ratios of simply supported, of continuous beams and cantilever beams are provided in IS456. For simply supported it is 20, for continuous it is 26 and cantilever it's 7.
Okay. There is a modification factor also that we use in this case.
Yes, sir, multiple
You know
modification
about that?
factors. Yes, sir.
Can you draw that figure
Of
that show the first modification factor based on tensile
tensile
reinforcement?
reinforcement. Yes, sir. So I'll try.
Maybe. Right. So what does these lines indicate?
Sir, these indicate FST, I believe.
FS value.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember what is that FS? Is
Sir, it is the stress value of the we reach in our reinforcement.
how much it is?
I'm not able to recall that exact values of that.
Okay, no problem.
Sir,
What is the range of modification factor here of tension reinforcement?
range.
From which value to which value? Maximum or minimum?
Not able to recall it, sir.
Maximum value, if you can tell me.
No idea.
Okay, no idea.
Okay, so Gurtej,
Sir,
have you heard of ice stupa?
sir.
What is ice stupa?
So basically in Leh, it is the invention of this scientist Sonam Wangchuk. In Leh, what happens is that we obtain a hell load of ice in there. So what we do is we put a pipe onto a surface of any area. The pipe sprinkles water, and at sub-freezing temperatures of Leh, the water that comes out of the pipe is frozen. So we obtain a semi-frozen type of structure that facilitates our water needs of the region, Leh.
Okay.
Sir,
Do you have some idea of Indus water treaty?
sir. I have.
Yeah, please.
Sir, it's a treaty between India and Pakistan related to the Indus water system only, which contains the 5 rivers, Ravi, Satluj, Beas, Jhelum and Indus river only. Chenab also.
Chenab.
Sorry, Chenab also. Yes, sir. Sir, it is funded by, basically funded or monitored by World Bank. So in this treaty, what we have is that we have control over the eastern rivers that we have, Ravi, Satluj and Beas.
Who were the signatories to this treaty?
Signatories, sir, United Nations, I believe, and World Bank.
No, who were the signatories from India and Pakistan at that point of time? Do you know?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. What is APSPA?
Sir, this is Armed Forces Special Power Act that we have in Kashmir region. Yes, sir.
So still it is there or it has been removed?
Sir, it is there.
It is there.
Yes.
So what's your view on that? Whether it should sustain or this should be removed?
Sir, basically, I don't believe that it is a yes-no probability of a situation. The conditions that we have in Jammu and Kashmir, they require to have such, maintenance of situations so that any act of people doesn't go out of our hands.
So now it's Indian territory, right?
Sir, it is.
So it has been taken the status of a state now, right? So what's your view?
Yes.
What's your view on that?
Sir, I believe that the ruling party had this idea in their manifesto of law. So the idea of unification of Jammu and Kashmir with the rest of India had to be done once in a while. So this people of Jammu also know that. But as per se in present situation, the Kashmiri peoples are thinking of it as an uneasy calm. Basically, they are not comprehending with the situation that have been put forth towards them. But the idea of unification is in their minds also, sir.
Okay. Can you talk something about high resolution aquifer mapping?
Sorry, sir.
Aquifer mapping.
Aquifer mapping. No idea, sir.
Okay. Government of India has established National Water Informatics Center. Do you have some idea?
No, sir.
No. Okay. You tell me what are the different IRC class loadings for design of bridges?
Sir, there is a class A loading, class B loading, and class AA loading.
Okay. So for which loading we design the bridge and for which loading we check it?
We design, so basically it depends upon the structure we're going to make with. For example, RCC structure is designed with class AA, that tank loads we have, and the timber bridges, basically the timber and the low, जिनकी वैल्यू सर थोड़ी डिग्रेड होती है, जो कंक्रीट ब्रिजेस होते हैं जो पूरे इतने प्रोमिनेंट नहीं होते, दे आर डिजाइंड विद क्लास बी लोडिंग्स.
Which type of foundation we provide for bridges in running water?
Sir, well type of foundations.
Well type of.
Yes,
there is a term called grip length. Can you write the formula for grip length?
Grip length. So, sir, it is basically it is derived from Lacey's scour depth, and it is provided to 1 to 1.5 times of that value, that is 1.35 into q square by f raised to power 1 by 3.
Okay. Now you tell me IS4326 used for which purpose?
4326. Sir, can I take a guess?
Okay.
Classification of concrete.
IS13920.
Sir, ductile detailing of structures.
IS1893.
Sir, earthquake resistant design of structures.
IS875 Part 1.
Part 1, dead loads.
Part 2.
Live loads.
Part 3.
Wind loads.
Okay, my last question. What is rock quality designation RQD and rock mass rating RMR?
So basically, when we define any structure related to rock, for example, we have n number of tunnels in J&K, we have these systems to designate what types of support system we're going to give to our tunnels. RQD is rock quality designation. It is one of the 6 parameters that is used to classify the rock that we are going to encounter while tunneling. And those 6 parameters are included in rock mass rating. We rate the rocks as per the 6 parameters, join unconformities, we have water ingress, we have RQD, we have uniaxial compressive strength. We have 6 parameters. I'm able to recall only 4 of them. So we rate the rocks, this rock mass system, and in tunneling we can use these values to provide a setup of the support system that we would require in tunneling.
Have you heard of Hoek-Brown system? Hoek-Brown system?
Yes, sir, I have heard, but I have little idea about
where
that.
it is used.
Sir, I believe that it is used in tunneling only, but it is oversized by the queue system that we have in India as of now. the Q mass. Right?
Okay, the last question. Can you name some failure theories of rock?
Rock failure theories. No, sir.
Soil?
Failure theories of soil. So we have shear failures and settlement criteria.
So what are the theories of soil?
Theories I'm not able to recall, sir.
Okay.
Sir.
Tell me, what is soil arching?
Soil arching. Sir, it is persistent to sand we have. The exact concept I'm not able to recall as of now, but it is related to this. Whenever we put sand over to, can I explain it with a practical feel? So whenever we dump sand in a position, the sand tends to crawl. The top particle of the sand are used to grip the bottom particle of the sand. So they attain a certain shape that is due to sand as this arching effect. But I'm not able to recall the exact.
Not exact. Okay. Anyways, tell me, what are the various methods used for stabilizing the soils?
Stabilizing soil. So we have
Ground improvement techniques.
Yes, sir. Sir, we have chemical methods, mechanical methods. Mechanical means compaction and consolidation. Chemical methods mean using water silicate, water glass, sodium silicate, and different like lime stabilization. We have geotextiles also, so they can be used.
Okay. Tell me, what are the various kind of failures in case of slopes?
Slow failure, so sliding and rotation.
Sliding and rotation. In what kind of slopes do we have rotational failures?
So in finite slopes.
What are the various types of failures in
slopes?
finite slopes?
Sir, we have base failure, toe failure, and the last one is slope failure, surface failure that hits the inclined portion of the. I'm not able to recall the exact word.
Phase failure. Okay.
Phase failure. Sorry.
Tell me, when toe failure will occur? What are the conditions that are required to be met in case of toe failure?
Sir. So when the beta, the angle of the soil we have is greater than 53 degree, it will occur. And when the soil in the region of this toe is particularly weak with respect to base and face, so the failure surface will pass through the toe when
Okay.
it rotates.
What are the various theories used for analyzing the failure of finite slopes?
Sir, we have Fillenius theory of slices. We have Taylor stability theory using the Taylor stability charts we have. And one more theory is there of R sin phi concept. I am not able to recall the name of that.
Any other?
That is all.
Can you describe the friction circle method?
So whole description of the whole is I'm not able to, because I haven't read that
Steps.
properly.
Okay.
Yes,
Anyways,
sir.
Taylor stability chart you can make.
Sir, it is an empirical chart.
Yeah.
I would like to make the chart.
X-axis, Y-axis, you can draw it.
No, sir.
Won't be able to recall.
No, sir.
Okay. Anyways, what is block shear failures?
Sorry.
Block shear failure.
Block shear failure persisting to this RCC.
Steel structures.
It's a
Block
steel
shear
structure.
failure.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Sir, whenever we have a component that has been nutted or welded together, we have two kind of failure planes. One is the tensile failure plane and one is the shear failure plane. So when one of the failure plane yields and the other of the failure plane cracks, so we obtain the whole block of the steel that is chunked off from the whole system. That is block shear failure. For example,
Where do these occur? Block shear failure. When you will say that block shear failure can occur? In which situations block shear failure can occur?
sir, in tension members. Mainly.
In which situation? In all members, or
No, sir.
there is some specific criteria that is to be met?
Yes, sir. There are criteria. When certain high strength these bolts are used, so the steel plates can just.
Last question from my side. What are the various types of buckling failures in case of steel structures? Various type of buckling failures in case of steel structures.
Buckling failures are as in
Buckling in steel structures.
buckling, crippling,
buckling. Yeah,
crushing.
Go on.
Yes, sir. So it is one is web buckling. We have the whole web buckles, and then we have the periphery of the web flange junction. The website cripples.
Say the names.
Yes, sir. Web buckling, web crippling,
Okay.
web crushing.
What is
That is
web
in
crushing?
RCC. That is in RCC. Sorry.
Okay, then.
Yes, sir. Then that's it, sir. I'm able to recall.
Unable to. Do you know what is shear buckling?
Sir, I've heard of it, but I don't know the exact tension field numbers and stuff.
Your interview is over,
Okay,
formal interview. We are so happy because you made us happy.
Thank you, sir.
You have energy, you have charm, pleasingness, energy, focus, dedication, and concentration, absolute concentration, knowledge, and enthusiasm. So many good positive vibe,
Thank you.
absolute positive vibe. Even where you didn't know answer, you could charm the interview board. That is the kind of candidate UPSC would like to have in Government of India.
Thank you.
Where we want morale boosting in the cadre and a good interface to transform India into a good governing
Yes, sir.
democracy.
Sure.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Very pleasing, pleasant, energy, optimism, well-groomed, well-dressed, right choice of tie, dress, turban, everything, beard, everything, fine, perfect. Only point I find is that you were not aware of Pangong Lake and the fingers, this, that.
Sir.
That is a very important area.
Okay, sir.
Then you were talking about, I didn't ask you, Udhampur to Srinagar, the railway, so many canals, so many tunnels and bridges and all.
Okay.
So bridging, dam, sir was asking you Indus Treaty and all.
Sir.
This area also you should, the Jawahar Tunnel, all those things
Yes,
you should be well. And then natural disasters, avalanche, glacier melting,
Yes.
mountain landslide, all those issues, road construction, disaster. This area is important. River waters and all those things. Jalam River and all, Verina, this, that. I don't want to tell you more. You are we are giving you maximum marks from our side. Of course, you can get even more. 150 we are giving you. Can go even more, but don't be over
Yes, sir.
confident.
Yes.
Okay, sir will brief you.
Okay, sir, I have already told you everything. So, just I want to add you some where you can improve, where you need some improvement.
Yes.
Number one, जैसे it's okay. Sometimes if you don't know any question, you confidently said, "I don't know, sir."
Yes.
That is the best way to deal with the question. But I will suggest you if you can prepare something more, like in RCC, if you can prepare, you can just revise the things. You know everything. I hope. Limit state you explained in a very concise and very perfect manner. Many students don't even understand. पूरा लिमिट स्टेट पढ़ जाते हैं, उनको यही नहीं पता होता what is limit state. Second, I can see a number of hobbies in your deaf area, right? So because you have written so many things, you have to prepare all of these things.
Yes, definitely.
So prepare everything. So, क्योंकि यहाँ पे अगर catch हो गया ना तो मुश्किल हो सकती है.
No, there he is prepared.
Yes, sir.
That documentary he has.
Last week,
Okay.
we did the same exact hobbies.
Yes.
So first question from the hobbies.
I asked you one question. I knew that you are prepared.
Yes.
तो इसको आप देख लेना. बाकी everything is fine, no problem at all. And I think you will do.
He doesn't take any chance. DAF, I don't think you can be caught in any way.
Sir,
Because DAF you must be thorough.
Yes.
You are thorough, I
Yes.
think.
Right.
Mr. Gurtej, so we all have assessed you in myriad of areas in civil engineering, and we found you to be very potential candidate to be selected as an IAS officer. But despite that, I'll give you some suggestions to you so that you can further improve. We have given you 150 marks, but we are sure that you can get even 160, 170 marks, right? What you will have to do, you have to focus in 2 or 3 areas of civil engineering, right? Like soil mechanics, structural engineering, environmental. Environmental is very important, right? Nowadays there is a lot of impetus on environmental impact assessments, interlinking of rivers, interbasin transfer, water dispute even, right? I asked you one question, I think, on National Water Informatics Center, right? That has been established by Government of India for repository of water data at one place, right? And it is a web-based control. It is controlled by web-based, and that has been established by Ministry of Jal Shakti, right? So you go through the website of National Water Mission and Ministry of Jal Shakti. I am sure that you will get every piece of information, and we wish you all the best. You can do better.
Mountainous regions हैं, so stability of slopes can be asked, और अभी it's not well prepared currently. उसको आप प्रिपेयर करिए, स्टेबिलिटी ऑफ स्लोप में आप फंस रहे हैं. और कुछ एक एमटेक लेवल के क्वेश्चन मैंने जान पूछ के पूछे थे, अभी सॉइल आर्चिंग वगैरह पढ़ ले तो ओके, नहीं पढ़े तब भी चलेगा. इट्स लाइक एमटेक लेवल थिंग. एनीवेज बाकी तो आपने एक्सप्लेन कर ही दिया था. स्टील आई फाउंड कि आपको बेसिक क्वेश्चंस नहीं आ रहे अभी. बकलिंग फेलियर्स आप नहीं बता पाए. लेटरल बकलिंग, फ्लेक्सुरल बकलिंग, फ्लेक्सुरल टॉर्सन बकलिंग, लेटरल टॉर्सन बकलिंग, शियर बकलिंग, वेब बकलिंग, है ना. ये सिंपल चीजें आपको पता होनी चाहिए. डायरेक्टली थोड़ा बहुत कोड कनेक्शन से पूछ सकते हैं, कोड रिकमेंडेशन. बाकी दीज टाइप ऑफ बकलिंग्स यू शुड, जैसे आपने ब्लॉक शेयर फेलियर एक्सप्लेन किया, आप बाकी सारे क्वेश्चन एक्सप्लेन करें इस तरीके से. दीज काइंड ऑफ बकलिंग आल्सो यू शुड बी एबल टू एक्सप्लेन. बाकी
Suppose I have asked you one IS4326, that is also for earthquake resistant design structures, right?
बाकी ये सब जो हमने रिव्यूज दिए पेपर में बाहर जाते ही लिख लीजिएगा, नहीं तो भूल जाएंगे आप.
सर ये क्वेश्चंस में रख सकता हूँ क्योंकि आपने काफी क्वेश्चन मुझे नहीं आए, मतलब
नहीं, ठीक है, आप इसको एक कॉपी करा के फिर दे दीजिए.
जी सर.
जस्ट टेक ए फोटो कॉपी एंड गिव इट.
कैमरे से फोटो,
कैमरा से जस्ट गिव इट.
Gurtej, okay, you can go up to 180 also if you if you follow all these. Okay, so focus and make MADEEASY on the top.
Yes, sure.
On the top.
बाकी बहुत डाउट हो तो पूछते रहिएगा. यू आर ऑन द,
But you have to be quite linked there and to not show overconfidence.
Don't be overconfident. Please,
ऐसे ही आप जैसे आज आप
Decomposed.
वैसे ही आप नॉर्मल ये करिए, परफॉर्म करिए, बहुत बढ़िया होगा. ठीक है ना.
बहुत बढ़िया होगा. But don't be overconfident. Don't show overconfidence.
राइट
कॉन्फिडेंस शो करना है, ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस आगे नहीं बढ़ेंगे.
All the best.
पढ़ते रहिए.